Good news. The missing shipment, the missing restock shipment of uRays has been found. For those who are new to Wolven Industries, you may not know what I'm talking about. So, for a quick recap, to give you context, when I first started this company, I bet my very last bit of capital on a restock shipment. Like any company who comes up with a winning product, we started selling. And like any company that sells its inventory, you eventually run out of stock. What is the natural thing to do? To order a restock with whoever it is that you've partnered with to manufacture more orders, right? So, UPS lost the shipment. It was likely stolen. And I had bet my very last bit of capital on this restock shipment that we were depending on as a company to arrive on time and reliably, right? And due to personal issues, which you can read about, which you can listen to or watch in a previous video, I'll link to it below in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. I just simply did not have the money at the time to invest in another restock shipment. To just, okay, UPS lost this one, so let me just buy another. No, because there's a minimum buy-in. It's not as simple as you just order one PCB, one board from the manufacturer on demand. No, you have to actually invest with that company, and it takes thousands of dollars to do that, right? So in order to start over again, I spent all this time bootstrapping as if we were starting from scratch all over again, right? Good thing is, UPS did eventually find the order. It took months. They launched an official legal investigation, which is still being conducted now. It's not being concluded. They found the pallet, and they were able to complete the delivery, but it's still, the story as to what the hell happened to them is unclear. So everyone, including UPS, is pretty convinced that foul play was involved. Somebody legitimately tried to sabotage the company, and they almost succeeded if I hadn't, as the CEO, chosen to minimize the company. In other words, I had to lay off people, which I'm not proud of, but you have to do what you have to do. And if I didn't have my marketing firm to fall back on in order to continually fund the company through this stage. So in other words, what I've been doing all this time throughout the past 6 months or so is just simply working in the marketing field for my other company called Omi Firm, and just bootstrapping, keeping us alive, barely at a thread, but still alive nonetheless. And I eventually saved up enough money to order another shipment, to buy in again. This time with a different partner that would not be German but American. And right as I was about to make that huge investment of thousands of dollars for the minimum order of a new restock shipment of uRays to fulfill my word to the people who had already bought, and we still have backlogged orders to fulfill, I get a Slack message from Abel, who is my co-physicist. You can see him in the team section of the website. Hey, Mike, UPS, you're not going to believe this. UPS found the order. Right? So I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So now we're actually in a better position than we were, with consideration for the forgiveness that the audience that has been waiting so long for these to arrive, the orders that we were not able to fulfill, separate from the ones that we were able to fulfill. They were very patient. You guys watching this video, you've been very patient. Thank you for that. Now we're in a better position, period. We're just simply in a better, because now all that money that I saved up to make the buy-in, the second buy-in to try again without shutting the company down, is now we're good now, because I don't have to. They found the restock order, the restock shipment, So now all that extra money I could just now put back into the company and expanding our marketing, expanding our brand, which is why a lot of you are new to the company, and you're just new to the company, meaning new to our email list. And this might be the first video that you see, as we're gaining new people, new customers every single day now. So it's like we made it through that hard time, and we're still climbing our way out. There's still some obstacles that we're going to talk about in this video, but overall, the restock shipment has indeed been found. The investigation is still ongoing. We don't know the full story of what happened to them and why. But what matters most is the fact that they have indeed been found. We have continued fulfilling orders, and segueing into my next point, most, if not all, of the backlogged orders should be finally shipped by this Monday. We can now provide working demos of the uRay, such as this video. Disinfect my keyboard. Disinfect my mouse. Aha. Guaranteed kill COVID and virtually any bacteria in the book. Almost. 99.99% of it. AI powered, so it tells you, you can see the blinking light. That's not a glitch. That's telling me a reading of how I'm using it, which you'll be able to learn more about if you read the instructions manual. And then turning it off. Okay. And even though we're way late for the market demand that the COVID crisis initially catalyzed in the West, supporters in the comments, you guys watching this video, have identified multiple industry niches that we can sell the uRay to keep our business afloat while we work on other products such as our upcoming home security system. Industry niches include, but aren't limited to, psychological and veterinary clinics. They could do very well with the uRay, as well as prisons and hotels. If you guys watching this video can think of any other industries that could benefit very well from our uRay, please let us know. Send us an email. If you're watching this video and you're as a newsletter, just reply directly to the newsletter. We'll receive it. Use our contact form on the website. Leave us a comment on social media. However you want to contact us, contact us. Let us know. Any other ideas of niches that we can sell the uRay to, in order to keep the company afloat, generate more capital, and that'll hasten the other products that we have to come up with. But I'll let you know right now. I told my core development team this. I'm dying with this company. Period. I don't care if people call me names, which amazingly none of you have. I'm just simply not giving up on this company. I'm married to this company. This is a childhood dream. Like even if they hadn't found the UPS order, I was about to buy in again. I just needed a few months to recover all of those funds that I thought I had lost. Right. So with that in mind, no matter what, I was going to continue on with this company one way or the other. Right. It's a matter of when, not if. Thankfully, serendipitously, things actually ended up working out. And the last orders should be fulfilled. The very last should be fulfilled by this Monday. All right. With that in mind, our main obstacles at this time. Here's where we get into the bad news. We are still finding a suitable American PCB supplier. If you don't know what a PCB is, because I understand that I'm speaking to a general audience, it's the electronic boards. The green boards that go inside of, the computer chips. I'm not trying to use esoteric jargon. When you open any electronic, whether it be your smartphone, a computer, the green board with all the circuits on it, we need to find an American manufacturer of those. Now, there are many, but the problem is it's not as simple as just Googling the first PCB supplier that shows up on the first page of Google. It is a matter of pricing, trustworthiness, and well, it's due to several factors, right? Because if we hike up the price due to the American PCB supplier not providing these for a low enough price, then nobody will want to buy the uRay. We won't be able to keep it at the $150 to $200 mark, which is what we initially promised the audience, right? So it is absolutely my objective to keep it at that price point, despite inflation, despite whatever may be the case, to keep our product at that price point, which means that we need to make the uRay with only a certain amount, only within a certain price range, which means that by going with an American PCB supplier rather than a cheap Chinese one or something like that, or cheap Chinese or a cheap Indian one, something's got to give. We have to find an American PCB supplier who will produce, strike a contract, give us a contract, and at a reasonable price, something that doesn't break their bank and something that doesn't break our bank, right? And there are many to choose from, right? So we're going one after the other, and we're going down this long list of American-based PCB suppliers, and we're basically putting them through a Darwinian selection process, a would-be Darwinian selection process of, hey, who gives us the best offer? So we're entering in a series of negotiations. We're collecting quotes to see who is giving us the best offer, and then after we go through the whole list, we'll choose the best one. With that in mind, I have notes here. If we go with a cheap Chinese manufacturer, China, not only do we kind of betray our ethics a little bit, China will steal our technology, period. Right? That's not an if, that's a given. Right? This is not the same. Producing PCB boards is not the same as producing some plastic enclosure or something. It is giving foreign powers access to my brain work, our brain work as a team. Right? Western technology, which they'll eventually be able to replicate anyway, and it's probably the reason why the shipment was likely stolen. The restock shipment was likely intercepted and stolen to begin with. But with all that in mind, assuming the best and operating throughout the window of knowledge and awareness of what I can control, if I can in any way, shape, or form help or delay or prevent, right, delay at minimum, our technology falling into non-Western hands, not just China, it's not personal to China even, but really any non-Western hands. Besides that, that being an international customer that would just simply purchase it and it's like, okay, you're just a regular civilian, and okay, you use this to save your family from whenever maybe you're going through a crisis with COVID or something, because there are sections of the world where there's lockdowns, whatnot. I don't know, right? Unless we're talking about an innocent civilian in like South America somewhere or something like that. We do not want to produce our brain work outside of American soil, not only for the sake of it being stolen, but also for the time it takes to restock. Post-COVID, logistics are crazy post-COVID. Everybody knows that, right? So those are the reasons why we're so adamant about finding an American PCB supplier. But it is a tightrope walk between managing our profit margins and, in order to even stay afloat, while simultaneously staying true to our ethics and doing the best job we can by Western civilization within our human limits. With that in mind, the restock, once we're done fulfilling these orders with the restock shipment that has indeed been thankfully found, unfortunately, we will not be able to restock again, because once we fulfill these orders, we're going to be out of stock again. Right? So once we are out of stock again, we will not be able to restock for about 3 months, because I will be traveling around doing other personal matters, separate from the business for about 3 months, um, which means that the company will be not as highly functional as it would be at this current stage in our size. I have to go to Europe. I have to try to hire new people, make new connections. And at this time, for us to recover from the major blow that we took earlier in the year, I just have to make some serious calls as a CEO. It's going to take some time for us to, once I fulfill my word to the customers that have purchased thus far and have been waiting all this time so patiently and forgivingly, I have to set us up for the future in Europe to be able to fulfill orders internationally and do other things that are personal to my family, whatnot. And it's going to take about 3 more months. After we fulfill these orders, it's going to take maybe another 3 months to see us actively fulfilling even more orders of the uRay. So that's the sad news. Right? Shipping internationally, without me doing this, shipping internationally may still take an obscene amount of time because I went to the local post office to mail a package to Spain, a regular package to Spain. And they said that a package could take months to arrive. Even with certified mail, priority mail, it could take months to arrive at its destination, even with priority mail. So we are a small business that needs a realistic logistics solution for international order fulfillment. I don't know how Amazon does it, where like you can order something from Australia that was based in America and arrives in 2 days. We don't have that sort of infrastructure. All right. For the most part, we are a remote team. We have people in the UK. We have people in Malaysia, particularly Andy. And we have me designing things and fulfilling orders at this current stage that we are at as a small business. All right. We are a completely legitimate and honest small business, but we are a small business nonetheless. And the only reason why we are even still in business is really due to the fact that I just simply won't give up on this company. And I'm able to continually fund it with my first successful company being OmiFirm. That is the only reason why we are still in business right now. But it's also simultaneously a testament to what we can survive. That and the fact that we have such a loyal fan base, such a forgiving fan base that trusts in my character. They see what I'm going through, what we are going through as a company, and they just know. They know I'm not bullshitting them. They know how hard it is, and that's all there is to it. Right, but the light is no longer even at the end of the tunnel. We have made it to the light. We are actively fulfilling orders once more, and we have, even though COVID, we're not selling like hotcakes that were at the beginning of the COVID crisis. It's absolutely a niche product, and throughout the next several months, we'll be able to launch a scalable marketing plan to continually make those sales and keep the company afloat hereafter. All right, so in a nutshell, in summation, we're able to fulfill orders now. It's going to be, after we fulfill these orders, we're going to be out of stock again, but it's going to be maybe 3 more months to restock the new restock. But we will be taking back orders throughout that time. If you're rooting for us, if you're new to Wolven Industries, you're rooting for us, and you want to help us raise more funds to make things flow faster, then we are absolutely opening. We're about to open the uRay sales page to back orders. We need to find an American PCB supplier, which is it's a matter of when, not if. And that is it in a nutshell. Okay. Sorry I don't have any epic speech to give, but what matters more is not charisma, just simply that which is true, the facts, and especially in this case. So thanks. That's all I have to say. See you next update.